Oh, welcome back, everyone. It is I, Death Heaven 13. Bird lawyer. I'm not going to remember any of the voices. I'm sorry. It's been way too long since I got back to this. I needed to digest the elements of the last case we had, where we were brutally betrayed by a horrible bitch and made to look like utter buffoons. But I suppose we made off better than the Parisian judicial system, who we made look like utter buffoons with our stunning and masterful and entirely fabricated defense that helped a murderer get free. And I feel really bad about that, and I kind of want to play and do worse. I kind of wish I knew how open-ended things were. But we'll just keep going. Again, this is something Marzi gifted me way back when I was doing Bird Police, which Bird Police has come out with an expansion I need to look into. Or, I guess, a sequel. A full-ass sequel. But, yeah. I finally have some time to really focus and get into some silly voices. So, let's continue and see what happens. Try not to sniff too much, eh? January 7th, 1848. Feels like there should be music. The Palais de Louvre. Du Louvre. Never could say Louvre. Whatever the hell it is. I'm just saying Louvre, because I'm from the Midwest. Let us be reasonable, signors. I am sure this is a simple misunderstanding. There is no misunderstanding. In the name of the king, arrest that Spaniard. Oh no. Now we have a dashing rogue. A fox among wolves. Is that just going to make me... So is Miss Kitty just going to make me more doubtful of everyone we meet? I knew Falcon wouldn't feel like turning up to the office on Friday. But now it's midday on Monday, and there's still no sign of him. This is becoming a little concerning. You should probably come look for me, Sparrowson. I'm probably in a ditch somewhere. I should probably go find him. His home would be a good place to start, but the bird brain never gave me his address. I'll just have to find him the hard way. Oh, okay. Okay, the High Court. Probably a decent place to start. Baron Rogrill, no. The prison, This is us. Yeah, well, let's go check the courthouse. They probably know. Oh. I feel like I should be able to get his... yes. I think I have an idea. No sign of Falcon here. Excuse me, Rupert. Oh, it's you, the first-year dropout. Hey, I didn't drop out. I was forcibly ejected. But that doesn't matter right now. I'm looking for Falcon. Have you seen him? Falcon, the guy who somehow blundered his way through the Caterline trial with the help of some very dubious evidence? No, I haven't seen him since the trial. Oh, well, thanks anyway. That was less useful than I thought it'd be. Really, we don't need to go see Baron Roger. Let's go to the jail. And maybe I'm looking for clues at the Baron's house. Excuse me, monsieur. I'm looking for my friend. I look like a lost and found to you? Buzz off, bird brain. All righty then. I'll just go fuck myself, shall I? Maybe I should have just waited at the office. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Tuhart. Down here. Oh, there you are. It's Sparrowson, right? That's right. I heard about the case you were involved in. I never would have thought the Baron was a murderer. He always treated me with the utmost respect. But then I suppose it makes sense that the most ruthless killers are the ones who put up the best facade. Yeah, I suppose so. Say, how's your friend doing? He seemed a little down last time. Oh, you've seen him? Yes, he was brooding in the corner of Le Canard Joyeux, mumbling and drinking. It was a little depressing, to be perfectly honest. Le Canard Joyeux? That's a dingy student bar on Rue Jean, right? French names. It's not dingy, it's just a little rustic. Well, in any case, that's an enormous help. Thank you, mademoiselle. Any time, Sparrowson. She's sweet on us. Okay. Le Canard, the Happy Duck? Okay, maybe I do like it a little bit. French is a fun language. It's just some of the It's Dodo. Sparrowson steps through the doors of Le Canard Joyeux, the dingiest student tavern in all of Paris. His nostrils fill with the pungent aroma of sour wine and bitter tobacco.
Well, ruffle my feathers if it isn't little Sparrowson. I haven't seen you in years. How you doing, hon?
I'm feeling pretty good, Madame Quenelle. Thanks for asking. I'm actually here to find a friend. He's a big guy named J.J. Falcone.
Falcone? Yep. Sorry, that lump's been here all weekend. He's just been moaning and muttering to himself all weekend. Frankly, he's bringing the whole atmosphere down.
I'll take care of him. Thanks, Madame Quenelle.
It's no problem, hon. He's probably still in the corner of the drinking room upstairs.
Yes, Well, then let's go to the drinking room, shall we? Okay, so we have all that. We have $50. We have evidence, which we don't have anything. Cool. Where are options? I assume if I escape? Yes. No sign of it. Mon Dieu, I almost stepped on the big fellow. Falcone, what are you doing on the floor? Hey, Falcone, wake up! Bird's completely out cold. He must have drunk this place dry. Let's see, how do you wake up a drunk person? Well, clearly you kick him. Nope, nothing. Pour a drink on his head. Well, I guess it's time for a rude awakening. Wakey, wakey. Ah, good, you're up. Are you with us, Falcone? Yeah. Feeling sober? We should probably head back to the office so we can get some work done. I don't understand it, Sparrowson. Huh? I thought I did everything right. I followed all the procedures. I found all the evidence. And I presented the case beautifully. And yet a guilty feline walks free while an innocent man sits in custody. What went wrong? Where's the justice? Maybe we just need to try harder? Try harder? I don't know if we messed up, or if the system messed up, or what, but we'll just have to do our best as lawyers, I suppose. Maybe if we work hard enough, we can stop mess-ups from happening again. Sorry, Falcone, I don't have the answers, but what I do have is freshly baked croissants from Pierre's... that place where you buy croissants from. Croissants. Yep, they're waiting for you, back at the Aviary. I'm sitting here moping about justice, and you offer me croissants. Well, it's not just croissants. I got some pains au chocolat, too. I could go for some pains au chocolat. Fantastic. Then let's make a move. Good job, Sparrowson. All right, I'll admit it. These croissants are amazing. I told you, Pierre's on Rue Verde is something else. Oh, that reminds me, the baker told me something interesting. Do you know what they call pains au chocolat in America? They don't call them pains au chocolat? Nope, pronunciation difficulties. American's a whole nother language. So what do they call them? Chocolate croissants. Hello? Chocolate croissants. Well, then what do they call profiteroles? Oh, I think those are still profiteroles, but rather than custard, they fill them with ice cream and smother them in melted chocolate. Simply outstanding. Is this the aviary attorney? Can I speak to someone, please? Well, what do they call crepes, then? Excuse me? Did you just hear something, Sparrowson? Down here. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I do for you, little one? Oh, gosh, where to start? Your name, perhaps? Mousie. My name is Mousie. And what can we do for you, Monsieur Mousie? Well, I have this friend, and he's fallen into some legal turbulence. Legal turbulence? You mean he's been arrested? Yes, I suppose so. They're saying he's a murderer, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it. That's quite a problem. I know. Oh, but I forgot to mention, he's the Prince of Spain. The Prince of Spain? And you didn't think that was worth mentioning from the start? I forgot. I must ask, Mousie, why did you come to us? I would have thought the Spanish royal family would hire legal counsel with a little more... not terribleness? Expertise.
The prince has great faith in your lawyering skills, Monsieur Falcone. He said your reputation as a lawyer was renowned.
Really? The prince said that?
This is a great opportunity, Falcone. Surely you wouldn't deny a request from the Prince of Spain?
Meh. Meh. Save. Of course not. We'll take the case. Grab your coat, Sparrow Son. We have a royalty to defend.
That's the spirit. Good luck to you, messieurs. You aren't coming with us, Mousy? I have, other matters to attend to. But Prince Juan is being held in the conciergerie. I'm sure you'll fill in all the details.
Right. Let's make a move, then. Yeah. Representing the elite has never gone badly for us, ever. Good day, monsieur.
Oh, it's you two again. Nice work on Lady Kitten's trial. Baron Rogerill's pacing around a cell right now, ranting about wringing your scrawny neck.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
He's super mad, but hey, a criminal's a criminal, right? If the lion didn't want a death sentence, he probably shouldn't have killed a guy. Oh, you're not here to defend him, are you? Because that would be hilarious.
Oh God, it's Chekhov's joke about defending someone.
We're actually here to see Prince Juan Querido, heir to the throne of Spain. Now the fox, huh? Guy's driving me nuts with his signores and his flamboyant attitude. I say the sooner he hangs, the better.
You're just a ray of sunshine, Quark.
Well, come on, then, while we're young.
I like Quark. Oh, God, I have to find a better voice for him. The Prince of Spain, I presume. Excuse me? Little more, please.
Indeed. I am Juan Querido, heir to the throne of España. You must be the legendary lawyer, Senor J.J. Falcone.
Oop. Can I go back? Probably I wouldn't say legendary.
Such humility. I would expect nothing less from renowned individuals such as yourselves. But let us get down to business. I trust that my compañero Mousy explained the situation.
Well, now it's really loud. He told us you've been accused of murder, but we need some further details before we can start our investigation. Game, I think I remember having this problem with you before.
Ah, yes, of course. What is it you wanted to know?
Well, I want to ask them all. What were you reading before we so rudely interrupted you?
Ah, this book? It is a Spanish classic. Don Quixote of La Mancha. Do you know of it?
Sadly, I have not read it. I've heard of it. I believe it was one of Raul Julia's last performing roles. Sadly, a play version that you're not going to be able to find a copy of, but I saw clips. It's very lovely. I've heard of it. It's about the knight who jousts windmills, right?
One part of the story, yes. The hero is a virtuous but elderly knight by the name of Don Quixote. In the chapter you mentioned, he takes up arms against an army of giants who are terrorizing a town. Quixote's partner Sancho warns him that the giants are just windmills, and their flailing arms are just sails twirling in the wind. But Quixote doesn't listen. He takes up his lance, gets on his horse, and charges anyway.
Sounds more like dumb Quixote. Am I right, Falcon? Am I right?
Perhaps he is dumb, Senor Sparrowson, but many of us spend our whole lives jousting imaginary giants.
Speak for yourself, Juan. I've never even been jousting, let alone seen a giant.
I think we're getting off track here.
Indeed. I'll tell you what, Senor Falcon. I'll lend you my copy of this book. Maybe you'll have some time to give it a read at some point.
Maybe I will, thank you.
El ingenioso Hilago Don Quixote de la Mancha has been added to your evidence folder. I am going to read that every time it comes up. Was there something else you wanted to know?
Why did you come to Paris, Prince Juan?
I was on a diplomatic mission. I do not know whether you are familiar with current events, but you may have heard that my country is in a state of turmoil. Contenders for the Spanish throne are slandering, plotting, backstabbing. It's chaos, and the people are suffering. So I thought, if I could befriend some French royalty, perhaps even the king himself, maybe I can strengthen my family's name. With the Querido dynasty restored, I would have a chance at bringing peace to my beautiful nation.
Well, I guess that's gone out the window. Sparrowson, don't be rude.
No, he is right. I have failed terribly.
Don't fret, Prince Swan. We'll do everything in our power to clear your name. Maybe once the dust has settled, you'll have another opportunity to speak with King Louis Philippe and complete your mission.
Is it Felipe or Philip? I know we say Prince Philip. Maybe I'll just go with that.
Thank you, Senor Falcon. I am sure you will do your best. Was there anything else? I suppose you should tell.
To be honest, Prince Swan, I'm a little confused as to how a member of royalty could get in so much trouble. Could you walk us through your activities on the day of the murder?
Of course. Let me see. Where to begin? It was a cold and misty morning of the 6th of January. I had heard King Louis Philippe was unveiling a new painting at the Palais de Louvre and wished to meet the man himself. So, after a brief stroll and a picnic in Tuileries garden, I entered the palace. I found the royal entourage in the Louvre's Grand Gallery, and when I saw an opportunity, I presented a humble gift to the king. A rose, an international symbol of passion and virtue.
How romantic.
But before the king could take it, a rather rude person snatched it from my fingers. It was a royal guard, a dog by the name of Major Howl. "Ouch!" cried Major Howl. "I have pricked myself upon the thorns of this dastardly flower." And then the major slumped to the floor. His face turned blue, his mouth frothed, and he died.
He died straight away after being pricked.
Straight away, senor.
It's obvious that the pricked finger was the cause of death, but I don't know of any poison that acts so quickly.
Nor do I, Senor Falcon. But clearly the police felt that poison upon the rose's thorns was the only logical explanation. And with so many witnesses, even the king himself, what could I say to defend myself?
So where did the rose come from?
I acquired it from a beautiful Parisian flower seller at Les Halles markets, a girl by the name of Catherine Marie Signet. But surely you're not suggesting the flower girl applied the poison herself, Senor Falcon?
Well, I'm not making any accusations yet. I'm just planning to explore every line of inquiry. No, I think that's everything, thank you.
What's the plan, Big Bird?
First of all, never call me that again, Sparrowson. We have 2 lines of inquiry. We should head to the scene of the crime, the Palais du Louvre, and see if we can find any clues or witnesses. And we should interview the flower girl in the Halls Market to see if she has anything to say about this alleged poisoned rose.
2 tasks spread over 6 days. This sounds almost too easy.
Let's not get complacent.
Good luck, senors.
That does sound easy. Wait a minute, Falcon.
What is it?
Did something seem off about Prince Juan to you?
I don't know what you're insinuating. He seemed like a splendid and charming fellow to me.
What? Really? Maybe I misread him.
Well, look, if it's bothering you, we could always ask around. Maybe someone in this city knows Juan's dirty little secret. If he has anything to hide, that is.
Yeah, let's dig up the dirt.
But we've still got a trial to prepare for. Priorities, Sparrowson.
Okay, a new day. Okay. Well, I guess we could ask about Prince there. Well, let's start with a witness and then we'll look for the girl. Falcon and Sparrowson make their way to the Place du Carrousel, the courtyard just north of the Louvre's Grand Gallery. That's the Arc de Triomphe over there, right? I swear it's smaller than how I remembered it.
That's the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel, you doofus. The big Arc de Triomphe is up the road.
What? No way. Why are there 2?
Because when a man like Napoleon invades half of Europe, he gets to build as many triumphant arches as he damn well please.
Okay.
Well, I never expected to see you here, JJ.
That arrogant voice. Good day, Seravan.
Let's be civil, JJ. Why don't you introduce me to your new assistant?
Fine, Severin. This is Sparrowson, my assistant. Sparrowson, this is Severin Cocorico, the most pompous prosecutor in Paris.
Oh, are you two old school friends or something?
More like arch rivals.
Please, JJ. I would think that arch rival implies some sort of competition. As I recall, we've met in court on 5 occasions, and on 5 occasions did you get humiliated terribly. I'm amazed a failing bird brain like you's still able to get clients.
Actually, Severin, business has never been better. I'll have you know I'm currently being employed by the Prince of Spain, no less.
The Prince of Spain? Juan Querido? Well, this is quite an amusing coincidence.
Don't tell me.
Correct. I will be the prosecutor for the very same case. It is a pity that the Spanish prince will indubitably hang, but I suppose that's what he gets for hiring a bird brain to represent him.
Don't call me bird brain. You're the only bird brain here, Severin.
Tisk, one always speak badly when one has nothing to say. Voltaire said that, you know.
Uh-oh, he's giving you the verbal smackdown. Quick, Falcone, make a witty retort.
Huh? Oh, yeah,
Well, this is stupid. This is correct. This is just... Where's just... Jog on. This one's for you, and this one's for your horse.
No witty saving proves nothing. Also, did you know Voltaire said that too?
Oh, snap! Very good, JJ. A worthy riposte. But enough talk. If you messieurs would excuse me, I have a case to prepare for. He has a lovely comb. JJ, Sparrowson, I'll see you two in court.
I can't understand that guy.
He did seem like a bit of a cockerel, but is it true what he said? You know that he's trounced you 5 times?
I can't deny it. Severin has a reputation as a ruthlessly thorough prosecutor. Mountains of evidence, surprise witnesses. It's no wonder he always manages to one-up me.
But this time will be different, right?
I certainly hope so.
I know so, for you see, I stole this annotated map of the Louvre out of his pocket when he was busy rattling off quotes from Voltaire.
Sparrowson, that's pretty impressive, actually. I swear you were standing 3 meters away the whole time.
You tall birds are so busy with your heads in the clouds, you don't even notice us small folk running around your feet. Pinching Cocorico's pocket was like taking candy from a very tall baby.
Let's take a closer look. I see. This map shows the entire Louvre area, everything from Tuileries to the Rue de Louvre. Most convenient.
That must be the Louvre Road. Oh, it's a garden. Okay. Maybe a tulip garden? That'd be too easy. Okay.
We're currently standing here in the Place du Carrousel, and those pendant arrows seem to show the route taken by the king's entourage, which means the king first went here through the Salle du Tibre, and then here into the Grand Gallery where the murder occurred.
Didn't Prince Swan say he spent the morning in the Tuileries Gardens?
That's right, so that means Prince Swan approached the Louvre from the west side, over here.
Sounds like we have a lot of places to visit. Where should we go first?
Let's look at the garden first. Feel good about the garden. Our feather-headed friends wander through the immaculately maintained Tuileries Gardens. Nothing seems out of the ordinary until they spot a familiar face picking up litter by a tree line.
Hey, Falcon, doesn't that groundskeeper over there look familiar?
Yeah, now that I'm looking at him, he does look a lot like that photographer. What's his name?
I believe it was Robinho. Yeah.
Robinho.
Did someone call me? Oh, it's you, the lawyers who don't appreciate a masterful photograph when they see it.
It's good to see you gave up on your artsy dreams to pursue the more grounded career of groundskeeping. I'm not doing this willingly. I was given community service for committing perjury. Can you believe that? They gave me, an esteemed photographer, community service. Me! Yeah, I can believe that. Perjury is somewhat serious. You should be thankful you got off without jail time.
What? Oh, I hit the options. Okay. Sound just like that self-righteous Judge Maxime. So did you two want to ask me something, or you're just here to gawp?
Personally, I'm just gawping.
Actually, I do have a couple questions, if you don't mind, Monsieur Robinho. I don't suppose you bumped into a Spanish fox who goes by the name of Prince Juan, have you?
Spanish fox? No, I've met anyone like that. If this is about that assassination attempt on the king, then you're asking the wrong person. I only started working here today.
I see. Anything else? How's groundskeeping?
Terrible tourist of pigs, sometimes literally. Look at all this rubbish I found. Beer bottles, tin cans, apple cores.
A manifesto?
And look what I picked up by the West Interest, a book page. A whole book I could understand, but a single page? What kind of blithering moron loses just one page?
Wait a moment, ma'am. Take a closer look at that, monsieur. Don Quixote. That's a page from Don Quixote. May I take that off your hands, monsieur?
Sure. What's it worth to you?
What's it worth? It's trash. It's literally worthless.
I suppose I'll be destroying it as per my duties.
All right. I suppose you deserve a little compensation for your trouble. How about you give me that page and... I'll speak with Judge Max. Put in a good word and maybe get your sentence reduced.
Really? You'd do that for me? Thank you, monsieur. I'd really appreciate that. Here, take the page.
Page 44. I'd like to see my evidence folder. Okay, so it doesn't... Oh, there you go. Probably should have looked at that earlier. Okay. Go. Shoo. I guess we're good. That's all. We'll let you get back to your work, Monsieur Robinho. Okay. We'll end in the gallery, because that's the dramatic place. So this is the Salle du Tibre. If I understand Cocorico's notes correctly, this is the room the king and his entourage stopped in before heading towards the Grand Gallery. The room doesn't seem to be very popular. I don't see anybody around to interrogate.
Interview.
Right, interview.
Well, since it's quiet, maybe we should take the opportunity to do a little snooping.
What would be the point? Surely all the interesting evidence would be in the Grand Gallery, where the murder took place?
Think about it, Falcone. The police would have already gone over the gallery with a fine-tooth comb. But I bet that numbskull Inspector Volerti didn't even think to check this room for clues. There might be a murder weapon just under our beaks.
Your logic seems a little questionable, but it couldn't hurt to have a look, I suppose. It's in the cabinet. I see a cabinet full of engraved plates, mostly bronze.
How much do you think they're worth?
Oh, 300 francs apiece, at least.
Are you serious? I'm in the wrong profession.
I don't think archaeology works as a get-rich-quick scheme, Sparrowson.
Who said anything about archaeology? I'm going to become a museum robber.
Oh, well, I suppose that's one way to get rich quick. Some sort of ceremonial container. Beautifully crafted, but what did it contain? Maybe it's an arcane wine cabinet.
Don't be so ignorant, Falcone. This is a sacred Mesopotamian artifact, gifted to Emperor Hadrian for his victory at the Euphrates in 123 A.D.
Stop making stuff up. You and I both know nothing about Mesopotamia.
All right, you got me. Could be a hippo's chamber pot for all I know.
I imagine there would be a card, but maybe that was a modern intervention. I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of stand or podium? Maybe it's just a decorative piece.
It's a Roman doorstop. Roman doors were enormous marble slabs, so the doorstops had to be similarly large in order to stay in place.
I don't think that's right.
My uncle's a Roman historian. Trust me.
And you are a git, Sparrowson. A shiny copper urn. I guess it was used for carrying water, or for cremated remains, though probably not both at the same time.
It smells good.
Don't sniff the exhibit, Sparrowson.
No, really, this urn smells amazing. It's almost chocolatey.
You poor thing, you're hallucinating from hunger. Would you like to stop by a bakery on our way back to the office?
Don't patronize me, Falcone. My nose never lies. I'm telling you, there's something here. I can feel it.
Now you're touching the exhibit? That's definitely a no-no.
See? Look what I found in the urn.
Put that down, Sparrowson. It's someone's old rubbish.
No, look, it's a chocolate wrapper. Judging by the smell, the chocolate was bitter and dark. 70, perhaps 80% cocoa. Belgian in origin. The level of wrapper crumpling and the firmness of the chocolate residue indicates this was discarded a few days ago. Yes, I'm certain. The chocolate contained in this wrapper was undoubtedly consumed on 7th of January, the day of the murder.
Mon Dieu, Sparrowson. You deduced all that from smelling the wrapper?
Imagine what I could work out if I was able to taste it.
That won't be necessary. Sparrowson, if you could apply this level of critical thinking to areas outside of food, you would be the world's greatest detective.
If only all the evidence were edible.
So, do you have any idea which shop this chocolate was purchased from? That might help us track down the person who consumed it.
No, there's no possible way we could know that. I suppose we'll just have to visit every confectioner in town and sample every bit of merchandise for comparison. What a chore.
Interesting, because I can see Lander Hagelslack's Chocolate Emporium written on the wrapper.
You can't blame a guy for trying.
Cool. Okay, I don't know how useful that's going to be, but... pillar. The columns have been designed to look Roman. I think the style is Ionic.
It's not Ionic, Falcon. Iony's when a character says something, but the reader knows it means something completely different.
That's not... Never mind, boy. Supporting column.
If the column were truly supportive, it wouldn't hold the roof up. It would encourage the roof to get to its location on time.
Thank you, Falcone. Let's try to click the X. We're done here for now, at least.
Can't spend all day staring at Roman artifacts, I suppose. Where to next?
The Grand Gallery. Here we are, the Grand Gallery, the murder room. I believe the murder occurred right under the new painting.
I see hundreds of paintings. Which one's the new one?
I haven't the foggiest. We will have to ask someone. Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. Excuse me, monsieur. You look like you know your Mona Lisas from your last suppers.
Don't want any attention. Maybe he isn't talking to me. Nope, he's definitely talking to me. Keep it together, Eric.
Oh, hi. Would you happen to know which painting was unveiled on the 7th of January? The one the king came to visit?
Oh, yeah, I can help you with that. It's that piece right behind you.
I see, a painting of the king himself.
It's one noble-looking penguin. What do you think of it, Falcone?
What do I think? Well, I'm no art critic, but... the careful brushstrokes, the pre-Raphaelite soft tones, and the subliminal use of light. This is a contrasted, nuanced work. It's an evocative painting that alludes to a forgotten era.
You said a lot of words, and I'm not sure if I'm any closer to knowing what your opinion is.
I'm getting the impression you messieurs aren't regulars at art galleries. No, we're a right pair of Philistines, we are.
Speak for yourself, Falcone. I've never been to the Middle East.
Then I'm guessing you're here to investigate the king's assassination attempt. That's right. We were actually hoping we could ask you a couple of questions about anything you saw.
Oh, I wasn't even in Paris when the murder took place. I couldn't have seen anything.
But, I have a friend who might be able to help you out. What's this? R&M Associates, the home of Renard Volpez, private investigator. Thank you, but I don't normally deal with these gray area of the law types, except the boy, you see.
No, please, give the guy a chance. He helped me out of a bind before, and I'm sure he could do the same for you.
I'm not making any promises, but I'll keep hold of the car. We appreciate the help in any case.
No trouble.
Thank you for your time, monsieur.
Is there anything else we can do here?
Well, ideally, we'd turn the whole Grand Gallery upside down in our hunt for evidence, but that's not possible with so many people around. Probably just move along. Back to the carousel.
Are we all done here?
Yeah, let's go.
Yep, let's make a move. Good call. We can always come back later if we've forgotten something. Okay. We can talk to him for free. Let's talk to him for free.
Oh, customers.
Hello, is this the office of Renard Volpez?
Ah, it's you two.
Mousy, what are you doing here?
Oh, this is where I work. See? R&M, Renard and Mousy. Monsieur Renard Volpez and I carry out all sorts of investigations together. Although, to be completely honest, it's normally Monsieur Volpez who chooses which cases to take on.
I see. Well then, can we speak with Monsieur Volpez?
Oh, I'm afraid that won't be possible. See, Monsieur Volpez is on vacation right now. He's visiting his father in England.
England?
He's set to return in a week or two. Maybe you can come back then. That's no good. Our case will be over by then.
There's nothing to be done. I suppose we'll just have to come back later. Well, Dix. I think the Halls and then chocolate?
Chocolate!
The pair arrive at Le Halles Market. Le Halles? Who knows? Vendors and buskers, performers and thieves, bourgeoisie and peasants all bustle from place to place. Prince Juan said he met a flower girl here. Signe, I think he said her name was.
There's a swan with flowers over there. Do you think that's her?
I think so. Possible she knows the murderer, or even that she is the murderer herself. So we should probably act with tact and finesse.
Excuse me, Mademoiselle Flower Lady, we'd like to talk to you.
Tact, Sparrows, and tact. We've been over this.
Good day, messieurs. Are you interested in purchasing a flower? Yes, I would wish to purchase a rose from milady. I'm afraid I'm out of roses. I sold my last one a week ago. Perhaps you'd be satisfied with a chrysanthemum instead. 'Tis a beautiful flower from a fair maiden.
Please don't mind Sparrowson. He fell out of his nest as a baby, and he's been stupid ever since.
Hey!
Let me introduce myself. I am J.J. Falcone, defense attorney. Are you Mademoiselle Signe?
That's right, Catherine Marie Signe. I suppose you're here to ask about the royal assassination.
How did you know?
I'm no fool, monsieur. I know that a rose I was sold was used as a murder weapon. To be honest, I'm surprised it's taken so long for someone to directly question me.
The Parisian police seem to have a habit of missing obvious leads, so do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions?
Business is slow. Please ask away.
Who bought your last rose? You mentioned you sold their last rose a week ago.
The person who bought the rose, well, I didn't catch his name, but he was a very charming red fox.
Sounds like our Juan.
I met him around a week ago on the 6th. We talked for a little while about the usual things, like how everyone seems to be in debt these days. Then he bought a rose and left. I hear the fox is on trial, but to be honest, monsieur, I don't think he's guilty.
Oh, why is that?
Well, actually, never mind. It's just a gut feeling.
No, come on. Mademoiselle, it just so happens we're defending this particular fox in the court d'assises. If you have anything to say that could prove his innocence, now would be the time to let us know.
I'm sorry, monsieur, I can't.
Oh, well, shit. Wait, Mademoiselle Signe, wait up. Damn.
Nice display of tact and finesse, Falcone. You scared her off.
Swan obviously knows something crucial about the case. We need to get to the bottom of whatever it is.
Agreed, but I don't think she'll be in the mood to tell us anything else.
Okay. So I guess we just have to do that again. Well, boo. So that was 2 days. Oh. We don't lose any time if we go back to find her again? Is she not here? Yeah.
Yeah, probably because you scared her off with your crazy tact and finesse strategy, dummy.
Maybe you scared her with your horrendous and inappropriate flirting technique.
I'll have you know I can flirt like a peacock in a tail-fanning mode.
We really don't have time for this. Let's just continue our discussion elsewhere.
Chocolate then.
Maybe something else we can find at the Louvre. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Lander Hagelslack's Chocolate Emporium, the finest Belgian chocolate shop in all of Paris. I am Landel Hagelslack, the founder and owner of this establishment.
And I'm J.J. Falcone, defense attorney. Good day, monsieur.
Oh, lawyers, very fancy. I must say I once dreamed of being a lawyer, but, well, circumstances wouldn't allow. It's a funny story. You see, when I was a young boy, I befriended the son of a Hungarian attorney.
Falcone, you have to help me.
What is it?
It's a smell, Falcone. It's overpowering me. It's demanding that I lay waste to the shop.
For pity's sake, restrain yourself, boy.
Oh, but I'm rambling, aren't I? So, are you messieurs here to buy some chocolate?
Yes.
No. We're actually here on business, monsieur.
Business?
First things first, we believe this chocolate wrapper originated from your shop. Are we correct?
Oh, yes, that is indeed trademarked Hagelslack wrapper for genuine Belgian Hagelslack chocolate. This was almost certainly bought from this very establishment.
He taps the cigar. Very good. That established, there's something else we wish to ask, Monsieur Hagelslack. Because there's no way to tell who bought it. Ask nicely. Is there any chance that your produce could have been contaminated?
Absolutely not, monsieur. I stand by my claim that my chocolate is the finest in all of Paris. I go to great lengths to ensure the highest quality is ensured. Any contaminations would be terrible for business, you understand.
I see. Who bought it? Can you tell us who bought the chocolate that was contained in this wrapper, Monsieur Hagelslack?
I'm afraid not, messieurs. Not just because of matters of confidentiality, although that is a factor, you understand, but because I could not possibly know that.
I thought elephants never forget.
My memory is impeccable, monsieur. But you must understand I have dozens of customers a day. There are hundreds of people who could have potentially bought this particular item.
So your memory's good, but you need further information. If we were to give you the description and name of a person, would you be able to tell us whether they purchased something from you?
Oh, yes, that I could probably do, monsieur.
Let me think. Who to ask about? Oh, we need to know about the guy who died. He was acting a little weird. Well, let's ask... Oh, we do know Major Howell. Well, that's the easy one. Let's ask about Major Howell. Have you ever served a member of the Royal Guard by the name of Major Howell?
No, monsieur.
Sure?
Yes, monsieur. I've served many soldiers, but I don't recall seeing a major here in recent memory.
What does that mean, Falcone? Have we lost our lead?
Not necessarily. It just means that Major Howell didn't buy the chocolate that may have killed him. There's still the possibility that someone bought the chocolate for him. That's our lead. That's who we want to find.
I see.
I did once serve a high-ranking officer of the British Army who was on his way to Zimbabwe, if you'd like to hear that story.
No, I don't want to hear that story. Okay, well, Prince Swan is easy to ask about. No. Okay.
I did once serve a princess from Mali, if that's any help. You see, I met the girl hiking through the Himalayas.
Please stop. Is it the girl or the rodent? Have you ever served a porcupine art aficionado named Eric Pork?
No, monsieur.
Maybe come back another day. Maybe we haven't encountered them yet. Rather than coming back here every day and making aimless guesses, we should wait until we have someone specific in mind. You might have a point, Sparrowson. Thank you for your time, Monsieur Hagelslack. We shall return when our investigation has progressed a little.
Any time, messieurs.
I don't like how this case is going, and I feel stupid. Yeah. So still gone. Let's go to the prison. Come back next week. Well, shit. Okay. Can we get a clue No. Tells me to get back out there. Shit. Well, we can find something at Le Canard Joyeux. Let's go there, then. Maybe the prince was staying here?
Really, Falcone? I thought you were done with your mopey drinking.
Not here to drink, Sparrowson, or mope for that matter. Taverns are a fantastic hub of information. If we wish to learn more about this Prince Juan, then this would be the ideal place to start asking questions.
Oh, that's pretty good thinking. Oh, you two are back. Feeling any better today, Falcone?
Much better, thank you for asking, madame.
That's great to hear, hon. Will it be the usual?
No, I'm back to investigative work today. I've got to keep sharp. Wanted to know if you've seen the Prince of Spain around here recently?
Prince of Spain? Don't know if you've noticed, hon, but this isn't exactly the classiest pub in Paris. Lucky to serve the occasional bourgeoisie. You can forget about seeing a member of royalty.
That's a pity. Maybe I should ask some of your patrons.
Feel free. Old regulars Rufus and Power are playing cards in the attic, same as always. All sorts of colorful characters in the drinking room. But if you rattled enough cages, you'd find someone who knows whatever you want to know.
Thank you, madame. Let's see where to start. Okay, I feel like the card room. Let's talk to the regulars.
Come on, pal, just one more game of Jacques Noir.
Absolutely not. My wallet's hurting enough as it is.
Please, I'll even let you deal this time.
The answer's no, Rufus. I'm skint. If you want to play cards, you'll have to ask someone else.
Fine, I'll ask that big fellow. Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, you, monsieur. Would you care to play some Jacques Noir?
Oh, blackjack. Absolutely. Deal me in, monsieur.
Very well, then you know how to play.
No. I assume it's blackjack. Nope, I'm only familiar with Seago and Tap to Rock.
Oh, this is much better than those silly games. Let me tell you how it works.
1 and 11, 21. Yeah, okay, so it's blackjack.
It's a man's game, monsieur. Only children gamble over petty sous. Besides, higher stakes makes for a more exciting game.
I suppose so. Uh-huh. Is that a 2? Oh, I get 1 card. Oh. 17, huh? Shit. Well. Yay, I won. There you go.
Well played, monsieur. Here's your payout. Shall we have another round?
No, I think I'm done. Maybe another day, monsieur. Oh, so I just want to play cards. Okay. Music. So there I was, in the grasslands, 10 kilometers downriver, rifle in hand. Been pursuing the set of footprints for an hour. Was getting closer and closer. I could almost smell the beast. And I spotted it. It was a boar. A big, stupid boar, completely oblivious to my existence. I readied my gun, carefully took aim. Bam! He shot it. No, it was the most peculiar thing. Boar slumped over dead right before I could take the shot. Sounds like one of them heart attacks. My nan went the same way. That's what I thought. But when I went to take a closer look, I noticed the boar was frothing at the mouth. Oh, it was rabid. Possible, but I don't think so. I remembered reading something about frothing around the mouth being a symptom of poisoning. Needless to say, I left the dead animal alone. Good call. Who wants to deal with tainted meat? It's about the boar. Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, can I help you? You say the beast you were tracking might have died from poisoning. Could you give us some further details? Further details? I'm not much of a poison expert, I'm afraid. Well, what do you think might have caused it? I would guess it ate something bad. I saw some of that poisonous plant around. Wolfsbane, I think they call it. But really, I've no idea. I'm a hunter, not a vet, excuse me. Prince Juan? I don't suppose you've seen Juan Corrido. Yeah, he's Spanish royalty. Foxy fella. Spiky hat, calls everyone senor. Doesn't sound familiar. You recall seeing anyone like that, Piero? Ain't got a clue. Sorry, messieurs, you're barking up the wrong tree. What can you tell us about the Spanish royal family? We look like walking encyclopedias or something.
afraid my compadre has a point. If you want to talk about hunting, then I'm your man. Spanish royalty. Sounds like a question to be answered to the library, monsieur, not a tavern.
The library. Maybe you're right. Sorry for bothering you, monsieur. Good deal. Okay, so wolfsbane and poison, huh? Yeah, let's go. Oh, special cinematic scenes. I don't see any of those. Only available for one day before disappearing, but they take no time. Viewing is entirely optional. Oh, like this. Le Loops.
A storm is brewing, my brother.
Russians?
Word of the royal assassination attempt has spread. The proletariats grow confident. The bourgeoisie are cowering. It won't be long before we have variety. And then a revolution.
Russian wolves? Good lord. Okay. Can we talk to anybody here, or are they just going to kick us out? Well, shit. Oh yeah, the library's a new place. Let's go there.
Here for a little light reading, are we?
Not quite, Sparrowson. I'm following the hunting beagle's advice.
Don't eat poisoned pork?
The other advice, boy, that if we want to learn about a member of royalty, we should hit the library.
Oh, that makes sense. Say, Falcone, I've been meaning to ask, since we're in a library and all, are you a classic literature fan, or you prefer more modern works?
Readings for square... No. I like modern novels. Have you read The Three Musketeers yet? Has heaps of romance, intrigue, and action. You'd love it, Sparrowson. I'm more Count of Monte Cristo myself.
Don't patronize me, Falcone. Of course I've read The Three Musketeers. Despite its contrived narrative turns, I enjoyed the novel's scathing critique of our current socio-political climate.
That's quite an insightful review. Wait a minute. You just memorized that single sentence to sound well-read, didn't you?
Maybe?
Would you, messieurs, mind lowering your voices? I can hear you squawking from the other side of the building.
Oh, my apologies, monsieur. We'll keep it down.
Wait, you're a librarian, aren't you?
An astute observation, yes, monsieur. As the only quiet person in the library, I am most assuredly the librarian.
Well, now that we have your attention, my friend wants to ask you something.
I do? All right, I do. Can you tell us about Don Quixote? I borrowed this book from a friend. What can you tell us about it?
Don Quixote of La Mancha? It's a classic. Everyone's read it.
Yeah, everybody. But say for those who haven't.
I'm going to sit here and summarize a great work of literature for you two imbeciles who are too lazy to read.
Nor would I expect you to, monsieur, but what can you tell us about the book itself?
Damn it.
I assume it was acquired from a bookshop. French bookshop, if the French translation and publishing information isn't a giveaway. I see, thank you. Do you have any other questions, or can I get back to work? What can you tell us about the Spanish monarchy? Seem like a scholarly, well-read individual. I'm sure you're up to date on geopolitical news and the like.
I don't need your praise. Spit out whatever imbecilic questions in the back of your throat.
Well, we understand the Spanish throne's currently under dispute. Can you give us a brief rundown of the contenders?
Trivial question. Even an elementary school child can name the immediate heirs to every throne in Europe.
Yeah, but for the sake of the children who slept through that class, could you refresh our memories?
Very well, pay attention, because I'm not repeating myself.
Current reigning monarch of Spain is Queen Reina Isabella, in the House Bourbon, daughter of King Ferdinand. Upon her death, the crown would likely fall to her cousin, King Consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz. Although it's certainly possible an immediate family member could stake a claim. The Queen's position is currently being disputed by the Carlist, headed by the Count of Montemolin. Hope that answers your question. You catch all that, Sparrowson?
Not a word.
Monsieur, we're actually interested in a Prince Juan Corrido. I don't think I heard that name in your explanation.
Prince Juan Corrido? Is that what you said? Monsieur, I think you've been misinformed. There is no current Prince of Spain, and I'm not even sure Corrido is a real name. It's certainly no line of any Spanish monarchy.
How strange.
What does that mean, Falcone?
Well, one thing is for sure. Our client is not the Prince of Spain. Maybe he's a delusional lunatic. Perhaps he's involving us in some sort of con. We don't have long before the trial, but it may be in our best interest to confront Prince Juan directly and get some answers.
You two done chit-chatting?
Yeah, I guess so. Don't worry, monsieur. I think we're done here. Thank you for your time.
I bid you good day.
Okay. Can we go to prison yet? Yes.
You again. Visiting hours are over.
I've no time for your quibbling, monsieur. Stand aside.
You can't talk to me like that.
I most certainly can. We have reason to believe you're housing a suspect under false pretenses. That is in direct violation of Statutes 204B and 488C of the French Criminal Code of Justice. Failure to comply with our request may result in you, yes you, monsieur, being held directly responsible for any consequential legal action.
All right. No need to break out the legalese on me. I'll go open the cell. Wow, Falcone, how'd you memorize those criminal codes?
Memorize? Come on, boy, learn how to bluff.
Jesus.
Ah, Senor Falcone, it's good to see you again. You have some good news about my case, I hope.
Bah. Drop the act, Juan. You fed me a string of lies on a previous meeting, and I don't appreciate having my time wasted.
You appear upset, senor.
Of course I'm upset. You hired me to defend you and then made every effort to sabotage your own case. What is your real name?
Why, senor, it's Juan Querido, of course.
If you want your trial to be a farce, then you don't need my help. Come, Sparrow Son, we're leaving.
Wait, calm yourself, Monsieur Falcone. I'll reveal all.
Did you just say, monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent?
Your suspicions are well placed. Juan Querido is not my real name. I am not a Spanish prince. That was just a persona I concocted for the purpose of getting arrested.
Why would you want to be arrested?
You're putting me in a difficult position, monsieur. If I tell you the full story, I'll be putting someone else in danger. How about this? I'll tell you a story.
I like stories.
There was a girl, a mademoiselle, who was in a great deal of debt.
Everyone has debt these days, monsieur.
Indeed, but this particular mademoiselle was indebted to a very powerful man, and that man wished to collect. The mademoiselle had no means of paying, so the man offered her a deal. Murder this man, and I'll forget what you're owed. Refuse, and I'll reap what I'm owed from your parents. With no alternative options, the mademoiselle accepted. But another man, a gallant knight with foolish, archaic notions of chivalry, heard the mademoiselle's story. The knight knew that murder was inevitable, but he saw a way to take the fall in the mademoiselle's place. Do you understand what I'm saying, monsieur?
I understand, monsieur. To be honest, it's not the subtlest of allegories.
But storytelling was never my strong suit. But I'm glad you see things from my perspective. Hopefully that sheds some light on the situation.
If I may ask, monsieur, why'd you not just go to the police with the information you had?
Police are not always an option. What is a man to do when the justice system itself is the problem?
I'll let you know when I figure that out.
Dwell on it. Perhaps we should talk about something else. What's your real name? What's in a name? It's just an empty label. A vapid reflection of who we really are. Today I'm Juan Querido, the Prince of Spain. Tomorrow I may be Bruno Reyer, a pauper living under a bridge of the Seine. It doesn't change who I am or what I do.
That didn't really answer my question.
No, I suppose it didn't. But you're a smart bird, Monsieur Falcone. I suspect you already know my real name. Smart man.
You're Renaud Volpes, private investigator.
Very astute, and you are Monsieur Falcone, private defense attorney. But that wasn't always your name, was it, Monsieur Falcone? Just like me, you know how to adopt a new persona on a whim.
You changed your name, Falcone? I didn't know that.
This isn't about me, Juan Renaud. Monsieur, we are trying to uncover the truth.
Of course. So what truth is it you're attempting to uncover, Monsieur Falcone?
I don't have any more questions for you, Juan. I think we've learned all we can for now.
Really? I don't feel like we learned very much. Oh, Monsieur Falcon, before I forget, could you find Mousy and ask him whether the birds have successfully flown south for the winter?
Whether the birds have flown south, what is that, some sort of code?
Something like that. But rest assured, Monsieur, that this does directly pertain to the case.
If we have time, I'll be sure to let Mousy know. Trial day is approaching. Let's make a move, Sparrowson.
Well, shit. We gotta be getting close. Oh, no. Oh, no. Can I?
Yeah. Trial day. Did I fuck up?
I didn't fuck up.
It's the thing that always paralyzes me with fear in these type of games.
Once again, Falcone and Sparrowson find themselves waiting outside the doors of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Are you feeling nervous, Falcone?
Actually, I think we might have a handle on this case. All the pieces are coming together nicely.
Awesome. Let's demolish that pompous prosecutor with walls of evidence. Senor Falcone, I trust everything is in order?
Absolutely. I have every intention of bringing the truth to light in this trial.
Ah, such confidence. That's magnificent to see. And bringing truth to light, you say? Admirable goal. No more jousting at imaginary giants.
Hopefully we'll get a reprieve and we can go do the investigation.
Oh, you cease your yammering. The door's opening. Here we go. Buena suerte, Senor Falcone.
We will. Whatever that means. Probably good luck.
Are we ready?
We're ready. You guys are making bold proclamations.
JJ?
Severin?
Nervous?
Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous. I'm calm as a cuckoo. You're the nervous one. This whole courtroom's nervous.
Cool your feathers, Falcone.
Terrible. Can't even maintain a stoic facade. I thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem your previous embarrassments. But if this is how you act before the trial has even started, why, you pompous-tailed posture perfect.
You're not the old judge. Order, order. Let's all settle down. Court is now in session.
Falcone, what is it?
Is it me, or does the primary judge look a little hairier today?
That's a different judge to the one who presided over Dame Cataline's trial, you doofus.
Oh, still, it's a little strange, isn't it?
A little, I suppose. Judge Cornell?
Excuse me, Your Honor. I was under the impression that Judge Maxime would be presiding over the case. Where is he? Judge Maxime has gone on temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident with a flight of stairs. But rest assured, assiers, prosecutor, defense, and members of the jury, that I'm more than qualified to fill his shoes. Without further ado, let's get this show underway. This is the trial of Prince Juan Carrido, who stands accused of murdering Major Howell and conspiring to murder the king himself. Roll call.
The defense is present and ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution's ready, Your Honor. Good. Very good. I expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see us dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy.
Well said, Your Honor. Wish I could go back. That makes me sad. Sometimes my mouse skips.
Just messing with your head, Falcon. Keep it together.
Assumably, Cocorico said something shitty.
So we're all on the same page. Excellent, prosecutor. Please call your first witness to the stand.
Very well. I call the police officer who investigated the crime scene. I call upon Inspector Just Folerty. Let me see if I can put it in the regular controller. Maybe that may be a little better. But it was making the mouse drift, so I unplugged it. I think you can. It's a little squirrely, but. R. Why is it the trigger?
Step up to the stand, Inspector, and recite the oath.
This is more reliable.
I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please recite your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Inspector Just Volerty. I am a servant of the law, a scourge of the gutter rats.
That will do, Inspector. We've all heard your monologue before.
Oh, Coco Rico's really going for a speed record, isn't he? Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January? Of course, 10 o'clock in the morning, I was called to the Louvre's Grand Gallery by one of the King's Royal Guards. Did he just say o'clock? There I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Philippe, and the corpse of Major Howell with a rose in hand, and around 24 citizens. Citizens and the king himself all attest to seeing Major Howell taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand, and then promptly dropping dead. And what did the morgue uncover upon examination of the corpse? The coroner determined with absolute certainty that Major Howell died of poison. Aside from a prick on the finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howell's body. Therefore, the poisoned rose must have been the cause of death. Putting the pieces together, that does seem very implicative of the prince. I have no further questions. Damn, I was hoping that coroner's report would determine the guy died from a freak heart attack or something. That would make for a particularly speedy trial, wouldn't it? But no, we aren't so lucky. Something else must be amiss in the old bird's testimony. All right, I'll tear it apart. Your Honor, I wish to cross-examine the witness.
Falcone, wasn't it? Don't waste the court's time. A high-ranking police officer would never lie on the witness stand.
I would never accuse the inspector of lying. Just want to make sure every base is properly covered.
Sounds like pointless nitpicking to me, but I'll allow it for now. Go on, Falcone. Do your cross-examination.
Okay. I remember how to do this. Surely it's not that. That's just a verbal tick. That's around 24 citizens.
Inspector, you say there were around 24 citizens, all of whom attest to seeing the client deliver the poisoned rose. Oh boy. When you put it like that, our situation seems a little dire, doesn't it? Correct. We collected precisely 32 testimonies, and there were no major inconsistencies.
Are the testimonies trustworthy?
I saw nothing to give me doubt. Surely there's a possibility that the citizens were bribed or threatened? Falcone, I can understand having doubts about 1 or 2 testimonies, but are you really saying that 22 people were coerced?
It's a possibility.
It's a realistic possibility that we must consider. Monsieur Falcone, I know a thing or two about corruption. I've seen plenty of liars in my time as a police officer. A man can be bribed or threatened into reciting a lie. Perhaps 5 or 6 can maintain a consistent story. 22? The seams of a lie would show well before then. It's just not possible.
Well said, Inspector. Defense, don't waste our time by bringing up these stupid possibilities.
Oh no. Lost favor with the jury. Not the crowd's testimony. Okay, fine. The 10 o'clock?
At 10 o'clock, you say?
Correct.
10 o'clock.
Surely you mean 10 o'clock?
I beg your pardon?
You clucked, like a chicken. JJ, do you really want to kick off this trial by picking on petty pronunciation peculiarities?
A little. This feels like they're fucking with me. No, I guess not.
Let's skip this clucking nonsense and get down to some real lawyering.
Yes.
From the time you were called, how long did it take you to arrive at the crime scene?
Around 5 minutes. In a neighboring Palais Royal at the time, so it was a simple journey.
Then I'm assuming Major Howell would have been dead for around 10 minutes by the time you arrived.
Be a fair estimate.
Plenty of time for the bad guy to slip away, huh?
Definitely a possibility. I don't think the court would appreciate my wild speculations, though. No. The poisoning? Inspector, you say the coroner determined with certainty that Major Howell was killed by poison.
Correct. He stated the signs and symptoms were textbook. There's no possibility his death was natural.
What kind of poison was it? Did the coroner mention specifically what kind of poison?
He was not certain.
First, the coroner posited it was a plant-borne poison like that of the aconite flower. But when he learned how fast the poison had taken effect, he noted this was atypical of aconite. Consequently, he suggested it may have been some newly engineered concoction.
A newly engineered poison, you say? Well, that only reaffirms this was a very deliberate assassination attempt.
Indeed. Yes? How? How exactly was Major Howell poisoned? When was the delivery?
Finger was pricked by the poison rose.
He even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. All 22 citizens who witnessed the murder attest to seeing and hearing this. Any possibility he was poisoned by something else?
What an absurd thing to ask, JJ. You just heard 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. What are you suggesting? The pricked finger had no relation to the poisoning?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't doubt that Major Howell was poisoned, but I do doubt that the rose was the cause.
Unbelievable. Only a total buffoon could fail to draw the blatant link here. JJ, as tempting as it is to sit here and lecture you on the basics of cause and effect, I'll end this discussion painlessly. Inspector, please tell the defense you found traces of poison on the thorns of the rose itself. That should alleviate all doubt that the rose was in fact the poison delivery mechanism. Actually, I can't tell him that. I dread to ask, but why not? We didn't check the rose for traces of poison. It just seemed obvious that the rose caused the poisoning, given the timing of the incident. Well, then, now would be a good time to make a test. Here's a marvelous thought. We prick the finger of the defendant with the rose. If there's no poison on the rose, the prince sworn lives and he's free to go. If the rose is poisoned, then the prince dies. But that's okay, because then the punishment would be just and fitting of the crime. Wow, you're fucked. A marvelous suggestion.
What is this, a witch trial? This isn't America, Severin. That's not how we do things here.
Okay. Calm your feathers, JJ. It was clearly a joke. There are far more humane ways of testing for poison. We could use an urchin from the street. I'm sure the inspector will perform his duty with due diligence. Actually, we won't be able to test the rose for poison at all. Why is that? Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was destroyed by the police force. We burned it to ashes. Tisk, such unprofessionalism.
If we have no way to know whether the rose was poisoned, then this whole trial must be called into question.
Nice try, JJ, but through the process of reasoning by elimination, we can still deduce without absolute certainty that the rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that could have caused the poisoning.
Wrong. There was something else at the crime scene that could have contained the poison. Something the investigative police blindly overlooked.
Is it because he was a dog and it was a chocolate bar? Like, I know it's the chocolate, but like, it's not going to be that. No.
Look at this.
What am I supposed to be looking at?
It is the paper wrapper to a piece of chocolate. It was found in the Louvre, the Salle du Tibre to be precise, and we can date its consumption to the day of the incident. You're not suggesting that Major Howell ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moments before he died? I most certainly am.
Intriguing. You gained a little. Now we're back to neutral. Did you see this wrapper at the crime scene for yourself, Inspector? The police force does not have the time nor resources to trawl every piece of trash at every crime scene, I'm afraid. In other words, you overlooked it. Tisk, astounding unprofessionalism. The prosecution is right to be disgusted. What a disgraceful display, Inspector.
I offer my apologies, Your Honor.
I don't want your apologies. I want you to do your damn job properly. Get off the witness podium before I kick you off myself.
As you wish. I will take my leave. Until next time, messieurs. Well, that went well. So let me get this straight. This chocolate wrapper, per se, was found at the crime scene. Correct. And you have reason to believe it was consumed on the day of the incident. I do have an expert food-tasting witness who's willing to testify if need be. You have a foodie witness? I don't recall anyone like that. Who on earth are you talking about, though? Oh, I see. But do you know for certain that Major Howell consumed this chocolate? That is a fact we are still investigating. I see. And do you have evidence that the chocolate was in fact poisoned? Again, that's something that may require a little more time to definitively prove. So then, in actuality, you do not have evidence that Major Howell consumed poisoned chocolate. Instead, you have a piece of rubbish that you pulled out of the gutter. That's pretty weak, even for you, JJ. Let's move things along. I have another witness I'd like to summon. He's a man who claims to have had an excellent view of the people going in and out of the Louvre at the time of the incident. I call upon Monsieur Toussaint Kingsley.
Will the witness please approach the stand and recite the oath?
Hello, 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 hello. Oh, right, the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please state your full name and occupation for the court record. My name's Toussaint Kingsley. I'm the person who fishes. A person who fishes? So you're a fisherman? Oh, is that how it is? I thought the French justice system was better than this. I beg your pardon? Here comes Toussaint Kingsley. He's the kingfisher. Clearly he must be a fisherman, because didn't you hear? All kingfishers are fishermen. Well, you are carrying a fishing rod. And? Can a man not carry a fishing rod, reel, and bait without being branded a bloody fisherman? Look, the prosecutor's carrying a riding crop. Clearly he must be a horse jockey. Oh, for pity's sake. Fine. We can list your occupation as person who fishes and not fisherman. Well, thank you. Actually, why do you carry a riding crop, Severin? I've never seen you on a horse. Don't know, JJ. Why do you, a 30-something-year-old with no health problems, carry a cane?
This is veering quite far off the course. Could the prosecution please get back to their questions?
Of course, Your Honor. Monsieur Kingsley, is it true you were nearby the Louvre at the time of the incident? Yes, I was sitting by the railing of the Pont des Arts. I'll be the judge of that. Is this... Wait, we're in the Grand Gallery. Which was here? Yeah. How could he see shit? From the railing of the... Alright, we'll let it keep going. Oh, really? The Pont des Arts? That's the new bridge that's just a stone's throw away from the Louvre South entrance. How could he see shit? That's right. And what were you doing at the time of the incident? Well, I was fishing. Kingfishers. Am I right, Falcon? So, you would have had plenty of opportunity to see the people who entered and exited the palace. Can you tell us who you saw? Well, Louvre's a busy place. Naturally, I saw lots of people. But at 9 a.m., I saw the king, Louis Philippe himself, enter the building. He was surrounded by his entourage, of course. Then around 9:30 a.m., I saw the shifting-looking fox lurking around the entrance. Your Honor, I object to the witness's use of the term shifty-looking. It's vague and a biased description. No, really. Looked super shifty. Saw him rubbing his paws and cackling gleefully. I saw him take out a rose and carefully rub the stem. Rub the stem of a rose, you say? If he were applying something to the flower, perhaps. Monsieur, I really shouldn't speculate. Of course, it was wrong for me to ask such a leading question.
Yeah, now you mention it, definitely looked like he was putting some sort of powder on the stem. I wasn't even expecting such a bold admission. Members of the court, sounds like what we have here is a direct witnessing of the defendant readying the murder weapon. The defense claims that the rose was never poisoned, and yet here we have a man who saw the poison with his own eyes.
I smell perjury.
You do?
No question. He saw a shifty-looking criminal readying poison and cackling near the scene of the crime. That's not believable at all.
Think you might be right. I wonder if we have any evidence that calls Toussaint's story into doubt. Your Honor, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
Really? This nonsense again? You just heard the witness directly describe your client readying poison on a rose. What is there to question?
Just trying to uncover the truth, Your Honor.
Fine. Do your thing. Go on, Falcon. Make a fool of yourself.
I intend to. Okay. So the inspector got there at 10, and it took him 10 minutes to arrive there. Well, and they figure Howell died at 9:50. So his page for his book was found over west, like way west, but we don't have a time on that. Let's try the Pont des Arts. Monsieur Kingsley, you say you were sitting upon the railing of the Pont des Arts the morning of the incident.
Yep.
What can you see from that bridge? Monsieur Kingsley, you had a good view of the Louvre South entrance, didn't you? All right, there-ish, I guess, or that? Yeah, that. But he was in the Tulip Garden. So he wouldn't have entered from the south entrance. He would have gone from, like, over here, assuming that's an entrance, which I don't know why it wouldn't be. Be nice to have a better map.
Yep. The Pont des Arts is a great vantage point for seeing the Grand Gallery south side.
What about the other entrances?
The other entrances? You mean like if you were entering from the Tuileries Gardens or the Palace du Carrousel? No, I couldn't possibly see those from the bridge.
Oh, so I got it. But of course, that isn't relevant. Monsieur Kingsley witnessed Prince Juan entering the south entrance with flower in hand. That's what counts. Okay, so I have him. Because we know the prince was in the garden, because we have his book, and the page was in the garden. What if Prince Juan used another entrance? What if he didn't enter from the south? He entered from the gardens to the west. That's a big what if. Do you have any evidence that Prince Juan entered the Louvre from the Tuileries Gardens? As a matter of fact, yes, I do. I have definitive proof that Prince Juan approached from the west and not the south.
I know what I saw, monsieur.
I'm doubtful too, but go on, JJ. Show us this definitive proof that Prince Juan entered from the Louvre from the Tuileries Gardens. Look at this. A book page. Page 44 of Don Quixote, specifically, and was found just outside the Louvre's west entrance. This proves nothing. I'm not done yet. Take a look at this. Don Quixote? This is the book Prince Juan has been reading in jail since his arrest. I believe he's had it on his person for some time. And yes, page 44 is missing. That's the first thing I checked. You do realize what this means, don't you, Severin? The defendant was present in Tuileries Gardens prior to entering the Louvre. This also means that in all likelihood, the defendant entered the Louvre from the west and not the south entrance. He could not possibly have been seen by Monsieur Kingsley from the Pont des Arts.
What? I know what I saw, monsieur.
A fine theory, Falcon. Maybe the defendant took the long way around. One can still travel from the Tuileries to the Louvre south entrance by walking along the river. An extra 2 kilometers of walking just to enjoy the pre-murder scenery? Let's not say silly things, Cocorico. Okay, maybe the defendant deliberately left the page there to mislead the investigation.
Now you're the one who's blindly speculating. It's not blind speculation, it's a viable hypothesis. You are fond of logic, aren't you, Cocorico? Let us talk about Occam's razor. When torn between two seemingly equal hypotheses, we must side with the one that imposes the fewest assumptions. Which of these theories takes fewer assumptions? 1. The page from Prince Juan's book fell out on his way to the Lure of South entrance. 2. Prince Juan deliberately planted the page on the off chance it would be discovered, and then he took the long way around.
How dare you? The nerve of you to lecture me on such basic philosophical concepts.
I'll stop lecturing you when you stop making such basic mistakes.
Monsieur Falcon, please calm yourself. What is the point of all this yammering?
The ultimate point is that Toussaint's testimony is fabricated, made up, out of fiction. No, everything I've said is the truth. I suspect this witness isn't even a fisherman. I'm not a fisherman. See, he admits it himself. That's not what I meant.
What a twist.
Prosecutor, you have something that will put this arrogant Falcon in his place, don't you?
I must concede.
You concede?
On this point, at least. Falcon's evidence strongly suggests that the key component of Monsieur Kingsley's testimony is false.
No.
This doesn't mean that Prince Juan is innocent, of course. All Falcone has demonstrated is that this particular witness is unreliable.
But I did see something. I really did. All right, so maybe I didn't exactly see a shifty-looking fox. I made that part of the story up, but I did see a swan lurking around the south entrance on the morning of the murder. A swan?
Do shut up, witness. Your word is mud at this point. How can we possibly trust anything you have to say?
Your Honor, Judge Romulus, we're out of time. We're 10 minutes overdue to start on the Hare v. Tortoise trial.
It's that late already. Curses. I was hoping we'd have the case wrapped up in a single session.
It's a shame, but ultimately an accurate sentence is always preferable to a speedy sentencing. Sorry, I have to clean my glasses. I'm very smudgy.
Reading? Yes, all right. I don't need to hear you moralizing. Court will resume this Friday, the 21st of January, 9 o'clock. Do not be late. Prosecutor, do your damn job and get this stupid fox convicted already.
I will do my best to ensure that justice is served, Your Honor.
Neat.
Okay, so now we can go look for chocolate and other things.
A lot came up in that trial, huh?
Yes, no doubt about that.
Something's bothering me. Why would that fisherman guy, Monsieur Kingsley, lie on the witness stand?
Well, it's possible he was coerced or bribed.
That's just what I was thinking. Maybe the real murderer threatened the fisherman into making up a story about Prince Juan.
Let's keep an open mind. Anything is possible at this stage. I'm wondering if Prince Juan did it. Well, Renee did it to further corroborate the story that he's the murderer instead of the swan, since he's trying to gallantly save her like a knight in shining armor. But to be perfectly honest, something else is bothering me about the trial. Mademoiselle Signet. Believe she plays a key part in this case, but getting her to tell the story is proving difficult.
Surely you don't think she's the real murderer?
Excuse me, Monsieur Falcon.
Oh, you. Sorry to bother you, but this letter just arrived. I think it's for you.
A letter from me? I wonder why it wasn't sent to my office.
Have you been demoted to courier status, Rupert? Oh, I don't need to be pitied by a first-year dropout. Well, good comeback. So what's the letter say?
It's a threat. A threat made with cut-out newspaper letters.
Oh, I didn't know those things actually existed. Let me see. Falcone, stop your investigation or there will be consequences. Scary.
There's no question the letter originated from Major Howell's murderer. He or she must be aware we're getting close to uncovering the truth.
Sounds about right, but why would a person write with cut-out newspaper letters like this?
Masking one's handwriting would be the most common reason.
Although I can't help but wonder why they would bother, since we don't have any handwriting samples to compare it to. We're still going ahead with the investigation, though, right? Oh, yes, absolutely. Now, I thought we'd give up and phone it in. The lawyer would have heard every time they received a threatening letter, they'd never get any work done. Besides, with only 3 days before the next trial session, we can't afford to be worrying about petty things like this. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wow, you're right. Let's make those days count. Shit.
Panic. Night, panic for me.
Gee. Oh, we can go here now. The birds thing. They've flown south.
Oh, hello again. Hi, Mousy.
Mousy, we have a message for you from Prince Swan himself.
He wants to know if the birds have flown south for the winter, whatever that means. Oh, yes, the birds have migrated successfully. But if Prince Swan told you that must mean he trusts you. He must want you to take these. Go on, take them.
These are used train ticket stubs. Looks like 2 people took a railway trip to Vienna. What exactly is the point of this, Mousy?
Prince Swan said they would help with the trial. See the names.
Gautier Signe and Nicole Signe. I recognize the surname, but I don't know who these people are. Well, clearly they're the Swan's parents, who were threatened by the person who... debt. So now she may be willing to just take the fall since her parents are safe. This is gonna feel bad, isn't it?
Neither do I, really. Prince Swan just told me to book train tickets for these people and to make sure they caught the train. And so that's what I did.
Strange. I'm not sure exactly how these stubs are supposed to help with the trial, but I'll keep hold of them just in case. Let's go, Sparrowson. I'm done playing courier. Okay, well, let's look for... unless she just shows up. We didn't ask about the swan, did we? Did we? We asked about the dog. We asked about the fox. I should have asked about the swan. Yeah.
Welcome back, messieurs. Have you finally decided to sample my fine chocolate?
Or perhaps you'll just return to ask more questions. That's the questions today, I'm afraid. I want polka. Who bought this piece of chocolate? Yeah. Who'd ask about? Where's Swan? Swan? Have you ever served a flower-selling swan named Catherine Marie Signe?
No, monsieur.
What are you thinking, Falcon? Not sure, to be perfectly honest. If she were the chocolate fiend, our investigation would have become much simpler. Since she's not. Shit. Surely not. Have you ever served a hairy wolf in judicial robes named Romulus?
Why, yes, monsieur.
All right, have you ever Wait, did you just say yes?
Why, yes, monsieur. A wolf in judicial robes. I did serve a person like that a little while ago. On the 6th of January, to be precise.
Genius. Did he say or do anything suspicious?
Why, yes, he was cackling most egregiously into his robes. Not that I can recall, monsieur. He was a pleasant fellow. Big, toothy grin. Bought 200 grams of classic dark Belgian chocolate with a custom filling.
A custom filling?
Some type of caramel. He provided it himself, though fortunately he did not bring enough for me to sample.
What does that mean, Falcon?
Well, we shouldn't make assumptions. They just mean that the judge likes to eat chocolate. But if the judge's purchase was related to the wrapper at the crime scene, then... Monsieur Haggleslack, do you think I could get a copy of Judge Romulus's receipt?
I can do you one better, monsieur. I have the original right here. I keep them for tax purposes, you understand.
Is it okay for us to take it, monsieur?
Absolutely. Memorizing the receipt's contents is trivial, after all.
Would you look at this thing? Judge Romulus signed for it in green ink. Green ink. I knew Judge Romulus was shady, but only truly villainous people write in green. I know what's happening. Middle finger keeps accidentally clicking. The left and right button both advance the story, so let me... Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much for your time, Monsieur Haggleslack. You've been enormously helpful.
Glad to be of service. I wish you the best of luck with your case, messieurs.
Oh, so we wouldn't have known about the wolf on the first go-round. There's only one place to go. There's only one place to go. Interesting. I guess I have found what I need. I'm feeling pretty confident about this case. The big picture is coming together nicely. How does one go about arresting a judge in Victorian France? I am somewhat relieved that Prince Juan came clean. His secret was putting the whole case in jeopardy? Still got one day until the trial, but how to spend it? I suppose we could revisit the Louvre, or maybe we should just play some cards at the Happy Duck. Something wrong, Sparrowson? You're being unusually quiet. Falcon, we need to talk. What's up? See, I was doing some thinking. Dangerous thing to do, I know. Anyway, I realized we're missing a crucial piece of evidence. What evidence would that be? Well, we know Major Howell consumed a piece of chocolate before he died, and we know he died of poisoning. But we still aren't sure the chocolate was the cause. That's true. If we keep pushing the chocolate theory, Cocorico will almost certainly bring that up. So, I thought to myself, if one were to consume the wrapper itself, then that may provide proof of whether it contains traces of poison. Well, sure, that could work, but it'd be incredibly foolish. Wait, are you thinking of eating the wrapper yourself, Sparrowson? Maybe. Well, stop those thoughts right now. I'm not going to let you potentially kill yourself like that. I knew that you'd say that, so I already did. 45 minutes ago. Sparrowson? Sparrowson! Well, yeah, but we're talking like trace amounts. He'll be fine. Doctor, is Sparrowson okay?
Well, he's not conscious right now, but he is stable. I think it's safe to say your friend is not on his deathbed.
Oh, thank God.
How did you say this happened again?
It's a long story. Lowering occupational hazard. Doctor, can you tell me what poison caused this?
I have no idea. I'm an expert in mental health, not toxicology. But I have sent for a specialist who should be here by tomorrow morning. He will make a full assessment.
That's good to hear. Thanks, Doctor. Take good care of the boy.
Wait a moment. There's the matter of the bill.
Why, yes, it's quite lovely. You must be very proud. Damn. We'll have time to discuss it later. I have an important case to prepare for, and I'm one partner down.
I see. Well, rest assured your friend is in good hands.
This is terrible. What the hell was Sparrowson thinking? I can't win a case like this.
You! I finally found you! It's gonna be the swan, yeah? Did someone say something? Running around like a headless chicken, you're one tricky lawyer to find. I told you to drop the investigation, but you just wouldn't listen. Another wolf.
Who's speaking? I can't see you, monsieur. Step forward.
All right, I'll step forward, but it'll be the last thing you'll ever see. Oh, well, shit. Dirty pool opening. Aren't I gonna float?
Au revoir, J.J. Falcone.
I'm gonna float because I'm a bird.
What just happened? Where am I? Am I dead? No, that can't be right. This is nighttime. I must be sleeping. If I focus and count to 3, I should be able to wake up. 1, 2... Did it work? Ah, Dame Cataline.
Can't believe how easy you were to fool. I put on a cutesy voice and acted all innocent, and you ate the whole thing up.
I made no mistakes. I did my duty as a lawyer.
Your duty put an innocent man on death row, Monsieur Falcon. I hope you're proud of that.
It wasn't my fault. Hey, where are you going? Out of my way, Severin. I'm not done talking to Dame Cataline.
Wasn't my fault. Is that the excuse you make after all your failures?
I'm not making excuses.
Failure after failure after failure. No desire to improve yourself. You're a joke of a lawyer, JJ.
Don't call me JJ.
That's all you have to say. How pathetic. You don't even deserve to stand in your grandfather's shadow.
My grandfather? I'll prove you wrong. I can do better. Oh, it's you, Sparrowson. You come to berate me too?
What? No, I'm just here to tell you to wake up. Wake up, monsieur. Wake up. Hey, can you hear me? I said wake up.
This dumb asshole threw us in the river. As it Kingfisher Man. Aww.
Come on, monsieur, wake up. I said wake up. You're starting to worry me. Oh, thank goodness. I wasn't sure I'd have to find a doctor or a mortician.
Ah, my head. Where am I?
The Pont des Arts, you know, by the Louvre, in Paris, France. I just fished you out of the Seine. Nearly broke my rod doing it, I might add. Wait, I know you. You're that disrespectful lawyer guy, Giro Falcone or something.
What time is it? No, what day is it?
Hit your head pretty hard, huh? It's the 21st of January, around 9 o'clock in the morning by my reckoning.
First 9? Oh, no, the trial. I should have been at the court 10 minutes ago.
Well, you're running late, but take it easy, monsieur. I'm sure they'll be understanding.
Maybe if I sprint it.
In your condition? That'd be stupid. Take a seat, clear your heads. I'll get you some dry clothes.
No time.
Wait, monsieur, at least take this before you go.
What's this, a dip pen? Oh, wait, it's a modern fountain pen. Bone-handle gold nib. This is very fancy. Thanks, monsieur, but this isn't mine.
Really? You sure? You were holding it pretty tightly when I found you.
I was holding this. Well, and I suppose it has to be mine.
A lovely fountain pen. Made of bone, you say?
Thanks, fisherman. I owe you one. Oh, God.
Hey, don't call me a fisherman! You racist asshole!
That's glorious. I love that bit.
9 o'clock. I believe it's time for roll call. Is the defense not present?
Tisk, such unprofessionalism.
If there's no defense, the trial cannot proceed any further. We must make a ruling based on the evidence that has already been presented. I'll now converse with the jury. We shall decide whether Prince Juan is guilty of murdering Major Owl and of conspiracy to murder the king.
Your Honor, may I have a word?
Fine, but make it quick.
I am a firm believer that a trial must be orderly and punctual. There's simply no room for wishy-washy dilly-dallying. It seems somewhat rash to end a trial session the moment it's due to start. Perhaps it would be prudent to wait 5 or 10 minutes in case the defense is just a bit tardy. Then the trial still has a chance to proceed, and justice will be served.
You are the prosecution, are you not? You have nothing to worry about. A guilty verdict is all but guaranteed.
Your Honor, you appear confused. I'm not here to secure a guilty verdict.
Of course you are. You're a prosecutor. By definition, you are here to prosecute.
No. My job description is to prosecute. But I am here in this courtroom to ensure that justice is served. An unfair and unbalanced trial, I'm getting emotional, is not in the spirit of justice.
It's very noble of you. But if the defense is absent, then there is little that can be done. I'll hear no more about this matter. I will now talk with the jury. Locked room with no windows. This baseball bat.
The, defense? Is present. Your Honor.
You're too late, Falcone.
Mon Dieu, JJ, you look like a total mess. Take a morning swim in the Seine or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Your Honor, we are all present. We're only 3 minutes over schedule. Let's not needlessly dirty the pure name of justice.
Rules are rules, prosecutor. Falcone clearly has no respect for legal procedure. Frankly, for turning up while looking like a drowned rat, I should hold him in contempt of court.
Your Honor?
But, Your Honor, rules are rules.
And one more word of either of you, and I shall have you both disbarred.
It's a pity. King of France was most looking forward to standing behind the witness podium today.
The King of France? He's here.
Oh, are we not doing the trial after all? Oh, that's a pity.
Your Majesty, what a surprise. You see.
You know, it's my 7th time testifying against a would-be assassin, but it's my first time seeing a trial where the case has ended before it even began.
Well, the defense, he was late and...
Oh, pish-posh. France didn't become a great and dignified kingdom through rigorous punctuality. Let us go ahead with the trial. It'll be fun. Look, I'll say the oath and we'll get started. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Did I do that right? That was perfect, Your Majesty. JJ, I trust you have no objections with the king testifying. No, no objections. Going ahead with the trial is fine with me. And surely you wouldn't stand in the way of the king, would you, Your Honor?
Fine. Proceed with the cursed trial.
Excellent. Now, Your Majesty, could you tell us your activities on the day of the murder? You fascinating man, you. My activities? Well, I'd started today with tea and toast, as I normally do, and I was still in my PJs at the time. I believe you can skip ahead a little, sire, perhaps to your arrival at the Louvre. Oh, right, of course, yes. Well, my entourage and I entered through the Louvre's south entrance at 9 o'clock. We passed through the Salle du Tibre with little fanfare. Grand Gallery, I unveiled the new painting and gave a short speech to inspire the citizens who attended, and that's when I was approached by a man claiming to be the Prince of Spain. He presented a rose, which was taken by Major Howell, and, well, I think you know the rest. Indeed we do, Your Majesty. Madame, Monsieur of the Court, what we have here is another testimony that establishes Prince Juan's guilt. And this is no ordinary testimony. It's the testimony of perhaps the most trustworthy man in all of France. Oh, you flatter me, prosecutor. But I am the trustworthiest in the kingdom, aren't I? I have no doubts, Your Majesty, for I will now be forced to cross-reference. I am embarrassed for not having seen this coming. Nonetheless, I would like to perform a cross-examination.
How dare you doubt your king? The utter nerve.
Oh, calm yourself, Judge. I have no qualms with standard legal procedure. Defense, please proceed. I want to see your best courtroom drama material. I like him. Okay, what about your PJs? Okay, nail the new painting. Well, I know he's not the Prince of Spain. This is where Fucko ate the chocolate. But him not being the Prince of Spain doesn't really mean anything. This is important for when Cygnus shows up. That's important for when we accuse the wolf. And this is important when we see that he's writing in green ink. I assumed this was his buddy, but it might be the judge himself. Let's assume it's the solid... No. Make sure this doesn't... Okay. I'm not going to kill my OBS. What the hell is Salle du Tibre? Oh, that's a... I have a translation, please, Google. You always want to do things I don't want you to do. Oh, Room of the Tiber. That's where the Venus de Milo is. Salle means room or hall. Tibre is the French name for the Tiber River. major river in Italy. And this is where they keep a lot of classical sculptures. Okay, cool. It's now the Parthenon room. Find yourself going. Yeah, let's try that. Your Majesty, you say you passed through the Salle du Tibre uneventfully. Indeed, we stopped briefly to look at the paintings and then moved on to the Grand Gallery. What'd you see? Could you elaborate? What did you see in the Salle du Tibre? What did I see? Well, Roman stuff, mostly. And aside from the Roman artifacts, for example, did you talk to anyone in the room who wasn't a member of your entourage? You're reaching, JJ. The king already testified that he passed through without encountering anything of interest. The king to elaborate. I have reason to believe that this was a key moment on the day of the murder, and I'd like the king to elaborate on exactly what and who he saw. Suppose you'll have to proceed, your majesty. All right, let me think. There was the giant doorstop, and there was that copper urn thingy. Oh, there was something else now that you ask. I was offered a box of chocolates by some peasant mademoiselle. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, but Major Howell was keen to accept a chocolate or two on my behalf. What? Did I say something startling, prosecutor? No, please continue, your majesty. I think the prosecution is startled because he just came to the realization that I was not spouting drivel in the previous trial sessions.
It's debatable.
To cut a long story short, your majesty, this mademoiselle may hold some relevance to the case at hand. Could you describe her? Really? She's relevant. Well, let me think. I didn't get a good look at her face, but she was a sorry-looking swan, probably in her late teens, early 20s. A sorry, young-looking swan, you say? I don't suppose her name was Mademoiselle Swanson. Mademoiselle Signy? Sagine? I'm gonna go Signy. Feel free to correct me so I know in the future when I run into someone named Signy. That sounds familiar. Why, yes, I think that was it. She was called Mademoiselle Signy. I see. This is undoubtedly significant. Mademoiselle Signy gave chocolates to Major Howell minutes before he died. Now, just 1 minute. I see what you are alluding to, JJ. You're suggesting the gifted chocolates killed the Major. But that line of reasoning holds no weight because the evidence is completely circumstantial. Circumstantial, my tail feathers. The king just testified that Major Howell ate the chocolate. Yes, that much is no longer in dispute, but you still not proved that the chocolates were poisoned. Without that, we must assume the swan was merely offering a gift rather than speculating that she's a murderer.
Yes. Shame on you, defense. Implicating a poor, innocent girl like that. Absolutely disgusting. Why? I should end this trial.
Hold on, I do have evidence that that chocolate was in fact poisoned. I don't believe you, JJ. If you had a piece of evidence that significant, you would have slammed it down already. Present it. Well, I can't. It's not really the evidence folder type of evidence. Why am I not surprised? Oh, the drama was just getting good. Why did you all suddenly go quiet? Well, your majesty, it appears the defense just had a realization of his own, that he lacks the evidence to support his theory. Since he cannot continue with his argument, I believe the cross-examination has come to an end. I'm not done yet. Let me present my evidence. See, I had the chocolate wrapper back in my office, and Sparrowson, the boy, ate it. Stop, JJ, please stop while you have some dignity left. The results of whatever crackpot pseudo-scientific experiment you performed do not constitute valid evidence. I think the trial's over, Your Honor.
About bloody time. You may take your leave, Your Majesty.
Very well. I'm pleased that justice has been thoroughly served. Until the next assassination attempt, then. Adieu, messieurs. I like him. He's a nice boy.
Deliberate with the jury.
Objection? Sorry, I have always wanted to do that.
Sparrowson, are you okay?
Yep, the doctor said I have an iron stomach. Most of the poison passed straight through me. Speaking of which, I would like to testify on that poison chocolate issue. I even got a doctor's note, see?
It's too late. The trial is over.
You can't be serious, Your Honor. The contents of that note could turn the entire trial on its head. You must allow it.
Why are you constantly arguing with me? I thought the job of a public prosecutor was to assist the judges.
I told you, Your Honor, my job is not to get a guilty verdict. It is to ensure that justice is served.
I swear you've got to be the worst prosecutor in all of France.
Go on, Sparrowson. Read the contents of the note for the court to hear.
Ahem. This patient, Sparrowson, was submitted to Salttheater Hospital, where he displayed a variety of symptoms. Those included profuse sweating, a rapid fever, and severe nausea. The patient was diagnosed with poison, probably originating from a plant known as apple, aka monkshood, aka wolfsbane. When we questioned the patient, he admitted to having consumed a discarded chocolate wrapper, potentially carrying the poison. Examining the contents of the patient's stomach confirmed this to be true. As a mental health professional, I believe this patient to be clinically... oh, right, that's not relevant. We can skip that bit. Yada yada. Okay, go. Signed, Dr. Falret.
Thank you, Sparrowson. I don't think I'll even need to question you. Between your note and the king's testimony, every angle of the chocolate wrapper business has been covered.
Awesome. But wait, did you say the king's here?
You can get his autograph later.
Right. So what happens now? Do I get cross-examined by the prosecution or something?
To be honest, I see very little to cross-examine.
Do your damned job, prosecutor. Cross-examine that annoying little liar of a bird. Tear his testimony to shreds.
Your Honor, he has a note signed by a medical professional definitively proving the chocolate wrapper from the crime scene was poisoned. We could nitpick the details or delve into the doctor's credentials, but I fear that would just be a waste of the court's time, and nobody wants that.
So then, what the hell do we do now?
We do nothing, Your Honor. The poisoned wrapper has introduced an element of doubt into the case. The prosecution must accept that. But is the level of doubt reasonable? Is it significant? I think the members of the jury will agree. JJ's evidence is still a bit tenuous. Tenuous? A step above circumstantial. You've proven a link. A not wholly illogical link, but you haven't proved beyond doubt that Major Howell was killed by the chocolate. Well, if we're talking about that, you haven't exactly proved that... Fine. Phoenix Wright logic. Old-timey court. You're still making far too many assumptions. Where is the empiricism that is required by any good court of law? Where are the witnesses who can back up your claims?
Oh, I brought a witness. Maybe she can help.
Good job, boy. Well, maybe it won't be sad if we can implicate Romulus. Hello.
You...
Sparrowson, it's great to see you on your feet, and you've been an enormous asset to this case, but what on earth are you trying to pull off now?
Surprise witness.
Surprise witness?
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that Cocorico liked calling surprise witnesses, so I thought we'd beat him in his own game. I brought the flower girl, Mademoiselle Signe, so she can testify about Prince Juan's character.
You're putting me in a difficult position, Sparrowson. Just moments before you arrived, we, the court, established that Mademoiselle Signe is a possible suspect.
What? That can't be right.
Sparrowson. It's okay. Monsieur Falcone, I would like to testify. You want to testify? You understand what you're agreeing to? I do. I've accepted my fate. Prosecutor, do you have any objections to me calling upon a Mademoiselle Signe as a witness? No, none. Bearing in mind, of course, you're here to defend Prince Juan, not to convict Mademoiselle Signe. Prosecution is my job. Of course.
objections either. Please, proceed, witness. Speak the oath.
The oath?
That you swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
I swear, Your Honor, I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Good. Very good.
Please state your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Catherine Marie Signet. I'm a flower seller. Mademoiselle Signet, tell the courtroom of your activities on the morning of the 7th of January. Very well. I saw the king and his entourage enter the Louvre around 9 o'clock. I followed, and when they came to a stop in the Salle du Tilbury, I stepped forward and offered the king a chocolate. He refused, but a guard by a big dog by the name of Major Howell was happy to oblige. The guard died because I, personally, had previously added poison to the chocolate. No, that can't be right. I used poison derived from monkshood, a notoriously dangerous plant. As a flower seller, it was quite simple to acquire. Why did you do that, mademoiselle? Why, monsieur, people have tried to kill the king before, and people will try again. He is a vile man who has no respect or love for the people who suffer underneath him. I did it to better the people of France.
I don't believe that at all. Falcon, say something.
Mademoiselle, are you being coerced or threatened? You may speak freely. No, monsieur, I am confessing out of my own volition. It is my guilt and no one else's. We gained favor with the jury.
Well, defense, it looked like you wormed a confession out of this murderous pute. I suppose that gets your client, Prince Juan, completely off the hook. Lucky you. So shall we wrap this court session up?
No, not yet. I have further questions for the witness, Your Honor.
Further questions? To what end? You've already proved your client's innocence.
I wish to uncover the truth.
You aren't here to uncover the truth. You're here to defend Prince Juan, and you've done that job with a disgusting level of diligence.
Nonetheless, I believe Mademoiselle has admitted something of huge importance and wish to question her further. Something of huge importance?
I won't allow it.
Fine. Then can I at least show something to the witness?
You and the prosecutor are a right pair of moralizing blowhards, aren't you? You're doing my head in. Fine. If it will shut you up, I will let you show your one magical mystery item to the witness. I can't imagine you'll have anything up your sleeve to change the flow of this trial, though.
Monsieur Falcon, save it. I have nothing more to say. Please take a look at these, mademoiselle. Train ticket stubs. Look at the names. Papa. And Maman. In Vienna. Really? Are they really safe? They are. The tickets were arranged courtesy of a fox. Then that means the wolf has nothing to hold over me. I can speak freely. Indeed you may. Go ahead, mademoiselle.
What are you two muttering about down there?
I need to amend my testimony, Your Honor. Members of the court, everything I've said today has been the truth. I did go to the Louvre on the 7th of January. I did present a box of poisoned chocolate to the king, except it was not of my own volition. I was threatened. I was forced to carry out the task under threat of harm. You see, my family has been struggling to get by. The winter has been harsh, and my flower business has been struggling. One day a man approached me, a man I had assumed to be kind-hearted. This man offered me 200 francs to get us through the cold, but I could not afford to repay the debt. When I attempted to bargain with the man, and he offered me a deal, assist him with the murder, and he would drop all debts, refuse, and he would ruin me and my parents. I obliged because the alternative meant death for those that I love. The name of the man who did this is Judge Romulus.
What a creative story. This is obviously a last-minute, desperate attempt at passing the buck. The sheer laziness of this girl to accuse a man she's never met before. She's blatantly floundering.
Indeed, I've heard dozens of these self-pitying yarns during my time as prosecutor, although admittedly this is the first time I've ever seen a witness directly accuse a judge. Quite a brazen gambit. But in any case, these sorts of stories never turn out to be true. They're always proven to be fabrications, born of desperation. I've never been more honest, monsieur. Listen, Mademoiselle Signe, I would like to believe your story, but accusing a man, a judge no less, of conspiring to murder the king is a hugely serious accusation. Do you have any proof to support your story? Proof? You say the judge lent you money. Then you both must have signed a contract when you made the transaction. That contract would suffice as proof. The contracts were all verbal. He said the money was a gift at first, and only later said I had to repay him.
Convenient. Of course, the supposed contract doesn't exist. The Mademoiselle has no proof because her story is a blatant lie.
Falcon, you have to do something. Do we have anything to link Judge Romulus to Mademoiselle Signe? A link? Of course. Members of the court, I know for certain that the Mademoiselle's story is true. I can say with certainty that Judge Romulus has made contact with Mademoiselle Signe in the past. And I know this because at this very moment I am holding a key piece of evidence that links Judge Romulus directly to the crime scene.
This will be the receipt. And we have the pen, which he used on the receipt when he throttled me. Okay. Should be.
I think you should take a look at this, Severin.
Me? You don't trust it in the judge's hands?
What is that? What does that piece of paper say?
This is a receipt for a box of chocolates from Lander Hagoslack's Chocolate Emporium on the 6th of January, made out to a man named Romulus.
Sweat drops. The writing on the receipt is clear. A man named Romulus brought chocolates on the day before the murder. The chocolates happen to have been of the same brand and flavor as the ones used in the royal assassination attempt. By itself, this evidence would not be definitive. It would only suggest the judge has something of a sweet tooth. But taken in conjunction with the Mademoiselle's updated testimony,
that would imply the judge was directly involved in the assassination attempt.
Judge Romulus, do you have anything to say?
Yes. That receipt's not mine. I haven't stepped foot in a chocolate shop in years.
You cannot be serious. That receipt is indisputable proof of your purchase.
Indisputable, aye. Watch me dispute it. What you have there is a scrap of paper with the word Romulus scrawled on it. Is it a forgery? Are there simply two men named Romulus living in Paris? I don't have a clue. What I do know is you have nothing to prove that I was the one who signed that receipt.
This is absurd. Do you want me to dig up court documents with your signature so we can undertake a handwriting analysis?
That wouldn't be possible. I believe His Honor uses a rubber stamp for signing off on official court documents.
That would be correct.
Well, it's no matter. I don't need the judge's signature. I already have in my possession proof that the signature on the receipt belongs to Judge Romulus. Oh, but first things first, I believe you dropped your pen, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you. I've been looking for that everywhere. You dense motherfucker.
I thought as much. Madame and Monsieur, last night I was assaulted outside the Saltpietre Hospital. I did not see the assailant's face, but I did accidentally grab something from their garments as I was being thrown into the Seine.
Oh, so that's why you smell of fish. I wanted to say something, but I thought it would be rude.
This fountain pen is the very item I grabbed.
Did I say this was mine? Actually, on closer inspection, I see I've been mistaken.
Save it, Your Honor. I'm not here to press assault charges. What interests me most about this pen is the ink it contains. The emerald green ink in color.
And as we all know, only bad people write in green.
Well, yes, but also more importantly, it's a rare and unusual choice of ink color. I would venture that only a dozen people in all of Paris are arrogant enough to write in green, and I would venture that only one of those arrogant people is named Romulus. So, Judge Romulus lacks respect for classic penmanship. What of it? Take another look at that chocolate receipt, Severin. That receipt was signed with emerald green ink.
It certainly is. Quite a coincidence.
No, there is no more room for coincidence. This evidence is definitive. There's only one narrative that can tie this ridiculous string of evidence together.
On the 6th of January, you, Judge Romulus, bought a box of chocolates with custom filling. That custom filling contained poison originating from the flowers of Mademoiselle Signe, a street seller who owed you a debt. And on the 7th of January, you, Judge Romulus, leveraged that debt to force the girl to present the poisoned chocolates to the king. Then, an idiot by the name of a man by the name of Juan framed himself as the murderer in order to take the fall in Mademoiselle Signe's stead. And you pushed for Juan's guilt by priming a witness, Monsieur Toussaint Kingsley. And when that failed, you pressured Mademoiselle Signe to take full responsibility for the crime. That is the only narrative that makes sense. Admit it.
I admit it. I purchased the chocolates, and I added the poison. I put a peasant girl in debt so I could force her to take the fall. I was the one who wanted the king murdered, but there's not a damn thing any of you can do about it. I am the one who holds the gavel. I am the one who passes the sentences. With a snap of my fingers, I can have each and every one of you guillotined at the Place des Austerlitz before nightfall. Who judges the judges? Who stands above me? Nobody, not even God, can condemn me when I sit so highly.
Actually, attempting to murder a king, corrupting the cour d'assises, what an utterly repulsive individual.
Don't touch me, you dirty pig. You have no authority over me.
He doesn't, but I do. Take him away, Inspector.
I am not done. I'm not done with any of you. You're all guilty. You will see. A revolution is coming. The rebels will overrun Paris. The king and the government will fall, and the bourgeoisie will be slaughtered. We shall have a glorious second republic, a republic free of class, where everyone is free and equal beneath me. Don't touch me.
Just another ranting lunatic, Your Majesty. Ignore him. Of course. Carry on, Inspector. I like him.
So, what happens now?
I guess I'm supposed to take over the President Judge's duties? Well, given the surprising series of revelations that just took place, we believe the results are clear. We find the defendant, Prince Juan Querido, to be cleared of all charges, and we therefore find the defendant not guilty. Huzzah! Surely this one won't bite me in the ass. What happens to me now? Mademoiselle, it is clear that you were coerced. However, you still played a significant role in the king's assassination attempt. By all rights, you must be tried for your crimes. I see. I cannot argue. But, as it happens, due process was not followed during this trial session, and Judge Romulus thoroughly disputed the proceedings. Consequently, I believe most of the testimonies given during this trial session would simply not be seen as valid in a court of law. What does that mean?
He's saying you're free to go.
Correct. As prosecutor, I simply see no crime to prosecute. Really? Thank you so much, monsieur. And thank you, messieurs. Without your help and assurances, I don't know where I'd be right now. So, are my parents really in Vienna? I think so, but you'd have to ask the fox for details. I don't know exactly what he arranged. Although now that Judge Romulus poses no threat, I suppose they would be free to move back to Paris. Actually, I may follow them to Vienna.
You need a holiday after all this drama?
Well, yes, but I also want to get away from here before the fighting starts. You mean the revolution Judge Romulus mentioned? He doesn't seem mentally stable. I'd pay him no mind. It's not just him, monsieur. In the streets, everyone speaks of an uprising. If you were smart, you would leave too. Thank you for your concern, mademoiselle.
But we're far from smart, so we're staying put.
I see. Then good luck, messieurs, and farewell. Mayhap we can meet again when this is all blown over.
Wait, mademoiselle, do you want to have a quick celebratory drink? Oh, she's gone. Well, I guess it's just you, me, and the fox, right, Falcone?
That sounds good, Sparrowson. Take Prince Juan back to Aviary office. I need to sort out some paperwork with Severin.
Okie dokie.
Well, I suppose congratulations are in order. Uncovering the truth in the way that you did was quite a feat. Everything went far better than I could have hoped. But you surprised me at the end with that little lie of yours. Lie? This trial's testimonies are completely invalid. Bullcock. You and I both know this trial has produced ample evidence for Mademoiselle Signet to be detained and tried. Even with the coercion accounted for, bet she would still be found guilty of conspiracy or accessory to murder. So why are you holding back? You know, 10, maybe even 5 years ago, I probably would have prosecuted Mademoiselle Signet gladly. When I was fresh out of law school, I thought my role as a prosecutor was to condemn every potential criminal that came my way. I thought, if the guilty person ends up behind bars or on the hanging dock, then justice has been served. But as I gained experience, I started noticing the little details. The little details? The extenuating circumstances, the personal considerations, the gaps in the law where even when due process is followed to the letter, good people are punished and the wrongdoers walk free. I hated it. So I changed my role. I decided I should not strive to secure a guilty verdict alone, but to ensure that justice is served. I could prosecute Mademoiselle Signet, and she would definitely be convicted, but that would not serve justice. You're a good lawyer, Cocorico. Well, you're not terrible, Falcon. Prick.
I must congratulate you, Senor Falcon and Senor Sparrowson.
What am I doing still using that old accent? Of course meant congratulations, Monsieur Falcon and Monsieur Sparrowson. It's no big deal, we're just doing our jobs.
No.
Your job ended when you proved my innocence. Everything after that was definitely going above and beyond your duties. Of course, I was counting on you to do so. A lesser lawyer would surely have stumbled or caved in. Oh, before I forget, your payment. Thank you, Monsieur Volpez. This has been a strange case, but I'm glad the truth came to light. I'll see you out.
Wait, Monsieur Volpez, before you go, something's been bothering me. Why did you come to us in the first place? Surely there are much more reputable lawyers out there who could have done a better job.
Oh, more reputable than the Falcon standing before me?
Yeah, Falcon's got a sucky track record.
True, he does have a mixed record. His family name's hugely respected in the lawyer. I chose Monsieur Falcon as my lawyer for that reason alone.
Huh, really? I've never heard of another lawyer named Falcon.
Let's not go down this road yet, Monsieur Volpez. I don't go by my old name for a reason. That's fair. We shouldn't be fixated on the past, should we? After all, it's already been and gone. Future is where our potential lies. It's where we should be paying attention to. The storm is approaching fast.
You mean the revolution that crooked judge mentioned?
Indeed. I dare say the wolf is right. A rebellion's coming, one way or the other. Listen, Monsieur Falcon, you'll probably have a surge of work over the coming days. You want me to dig up dirt on anyone, please feel free to drop by my office at any time.
Dig up the dirt?
Private investigator. It's what I do.
We'll bear it in mind. Thank you, Monsieur Volpez.
Good day, messieurs. I'm going to get a drink.
Seriously, Falcon?
What? I was going to ask if you wanted tea or coffee. Oh, end of Act 2. Well, I guess we're there. Well, this is a pretty long video, so I think I'll stop and take a break, give my voice a little resty rest, and I will do the next one not in 2 years' time. Sorry about that. I'm still mad at that fucking cat. But this was a much better case. I liked this one a lot. This was good. It's still very stressful. It feels like I did have everything. If you go everywhere, you'll probably get everything you need. But man, the game does a good job of making you feel like maybe you fucked up. So I almost wonder if it is just a one route type visual novel thing, or if there are branches and stuff. I'm not going to look anything up though, because, you know, I like the drama and the surprise. That's a fun thing. Like, I've seen most of the Phoenix Wright stuff, or at least the first game and some of the second, because I was watching some people do it. And yeah, that one's a lot more. You definitely can't proceed with the case until you get everything. So, and this one doesn't have that same kind of vibe. Like, I had no idea that we were going to have an extension, but you wouldn't have been able to ask about the judge at the chocolate shop before that. But there's only so many places to go to in the time they give you. So, all right, we did end up with extra. Did we end up? Yeah, we ended up with extra time, as we ended up at the pub or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. I'll get back to it sooner, probably on my next set of days off, or whenever I feel rested up. And I'll see you guys there, and we'll engage in more wacky voice bird comedy attorney drama thing. Until then.